What's up, guys? This is Khalid from the Urban Survivalist Guide. In the last video I did, I was talking about we're going to look in how to make like the perfect pack, and I may have been a little over enthusiastic in that video. Really, there is no such thing as a perfect pack. You have to tailor it to yourself. Obviously, some kind of no shit things you need to take with you. Take your hygiene items, your toiletry items, you know, your shampoo. Don't worry about conditioner, man, but your shampoo, your body soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, obviously you want those things. Now I can give you a quick idea. You know what I've done. I've got my bag here. What I do with the toiletry bag, gotta get it open, is I put it in what I call a wet bag, and it's just another bag that's actually waterproof. If you have something like this, you can do that, or you can get like a garbage bag or something. Just like when you fill it up, tie it up, put it in another one, tie it up, whatever, just in case anything leaks. It's going to stay in this bag and not go throughout the rest of my my travel bag here. Also, what you want is you want something to eat out of. Don't get too crazy. I wouldn't really get like really thin rubber or really thin plastic stuff. What I grabbed to eat out of was this. It's actually very thick and it's microwavable. It's also very easy to clean. I actually got this from the Chinese restaurant, and it was only $2.99 for a quart of egg drop soup. So I got something hot to eat while I sat inside, and I got that. And of course, I've got a fork, knife, spoon, those things. A can opener is a good thing. Even a bottle opener is a good thing. Some other stuff I have in here is really like, if you got that stuff and then something to carry water. Doesn't matter if it's a cheap, Sprite bottle, something to get you started to carry water, and you can really find those laying around anywhere. Really, that's pretty much it as far as like necessities go. Maybe like I got also in here, I've got like 2 pairs of pants, a shirt, 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of socks. I'm wearing shirts and stuff now, and I have a spare cell phone, a smartphone, and a charger that charges both of those up. So I always got, excuse me, I always have a phone that's charged and everything, just in case I need to dial 911 or anything like that. Some other stuff I have in here that's really like not necessities. I got like a shema for my head. As you see, I don't know if you can tell, I'm kind of sunburnt actually because I wasn't wearing it. Took my kid out to the water park and have fun over there. I got a season pass, so it's free for me to get in. But yeah, also really I wanted to go over the 4 major things you got to make sure you have right off the rip. For one, the easiest is water, and it's the most important. You can get water anywhere. You can go into any gas station, go in the bathroom, fill up your bottle of water in the sink. Same thing at a Walmart, really anywhere that's got a bathroom. You can fill it up in there. You can also use garden hoses, anything. Don't necessarily go straight for the streams or anything, because no matter how clean they look, how clear, there's still going to be some parasites in there. And I would stay away from, and another thing, you don't necessarily have to get like water purifying things or boil all your water. I would only have something to boil water in, mainly for cooking, but also in case you get stranded out in the middle of nowhere. And it actually does happen when you're trying to, maybe you're hitchhiking from one point to the other or something like that. You get stuck where there's actually not a tap of water. So that's why I kind of stick to the cities, the urban side. So I wouldn't have to dip into that. But if I did, I do have the bushcraft knowledge to do that. Another thing I wanted to talk about, well, let's go ahead and do the 4 list first. There's water, and then the next is shelter. And then the shelter is next because it's actually one of the easy things to get. Anything with a roof is a shelter. So there's plenty of places to sleep. Now I know your first couple of weeks you're probably not going to be able to sleep that much at night. You're going to be kind of paranoid. But what I do, especially in like small towns, is I go somewhere where I know that nobody's going to be at during the night. And that's usually like a ballpark or like a kid's park, either one. At the ballpark I would sleep in the dugout, and I would just set an alarm on my phone for right before the sun comes up, about 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere in that area. So when the sun is coming up and everybody's going to work, and most people leave before the sun comes up to go to work, but when they see you walking around with a bag they're probably assuming that you're either going to school or going to work. It just depends on your age range. And if you're covered in tattoos like me, they probably think you're going to work. And really you are. We're going to go over that too. How would you spend your day? Don't just waste away in one spot. But the next thing on that list is food. And food comes after only because of, it's only in that order because how hard it is to get. Food's harder than shelter to get. There's many different ways to get food. One, the easiest is to go to a food pantry or a soup kitchen. You know, churches have these things all the time. They'll either give you food, and some towns actually have both. So I would go to the soup kitchen whenever they were open, but I'd also go to the food pantry. Just tell them you're living on the street, and they will give you, of course they're going to tell you to go to a shelter and all that, but stay away from the shelter. We'll do a whole video on that. But go ahead and tell them you're on the street so they don't give you a bunch of food that's going to get rotten and everything that needs refrigeration, or food that you can't cook. Now, if you have the means to cook, like something to cook in, you can make a small fire, go ahead and get the stuff that you can cook in water, like noodles and stuff like that. That's really going to help. But other than that, they'll hook you up with a bunch of food. But no matter how much food they hook you up with, though, keep your pack light is my main thing. So yeah, go ahead and cram it all in there. But usually they're going to give you food that's going to last like 3 days. So if the soup kitchen is only open like 1 day a week, and some of them are only open 1 day a week, then go ahead and do the food pantry. Then however long that's going to last you, then go to the soup kitchen. But if they're open every day, then hit it up every day. Other than that, other ways, if you don't have anything like that in your area, you can always apply for food stamps. I know a lot of people don't like to, but you can. A lot of places will give you them, and they'll also give you emergency food stamps. They'll give you a card as soon as you are walking out of the building, and it's activated, ready to go. You go straight to the store and buy stuff. I am going to do a video on how to shop properly if you are using food stamps. This can go for anybody that's using food stamps, not just people on the street. Now, another way kind of ties into the fourth thing. So we're going to go ahead and dip into the fourth thing. Before I do that, though, this is just for informational purposes only. If it comes down to it, 5-finger discount does work if you get away with it, but there's always a risk of going to jail. Now, the fourth one is an income. Some kind of income is definitely something you're going to have to do. Even if the easiest thing to do to make money is just while you're walking around, look on the ground. People drop stuff all the time. People don't care about their loose change. They drop it. They won't even pick it up. I know some people that'll even throw it out the window of their cars just so they don't have loose change. And if they got the money to do that, go ahead. If only they knew that if you saved I started saving all of our change, and after 3 weeks, I put all the change that my girlfriend had in a jar. We were actually kind of broke. And then I pulled the jar out, and after 3 weeks of just change out of our pocket every time, threw it in there, we had $125 worth of change. That's a lot of quarters, man. But if you just look on the ground, everything helps. And it's really up to you how you spend it. Like when I look on the ground, I did like 99 cents. I would actually hold on to that and keep looking around to see if there was anything else. That way I could get something that benefited me a little bit better. But it depended on my situation too, because if I was out in the heat and I was just thirsty and I found 99 cents and I didn't have a bottle, you know, I would go get a big 99-cent thing of water that I could always refill. One of my bad habits though is I do smoke cigarettes, and I tried not to spend money on cigarettes. Listen, if you smoke, that's already a nasty habit. You have two options really on the street. There's other things, but really two main options. One, you can quit smoking, and that's going to be the best for you. I still haven't quit. I still smoke, so I'm not trying to be a hypocrite. I'm just saying that's going to be the best way to save money and your health and everything, is just quit smoking. But another option that I actually used the other day, because I ran out of cigarettes, and I'm still got that kind of on the street mindset, even though I'm in a house now and I have a job now. I started working today, by the way. Boop, boop. But anyway, another option is go up to the gas station. If they have an open ashtray, just start grabbing. Yes, it's disgusting, and if you can get rolling papers, go ahead and break them up into the rolling papers. If not, what I do is burn that filter really good and try to burn off anything that might be on it, and then I just go ahead and light up. I haven't died yet, haven't been diagnosed with any sickness yet. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but I do. So yeah, those are some forms of income. Other things, man, like if you're looking around and you see some stuff that people might drop or leave somewhere, you can always pick up things and take them to a pawn shop. That's a couple extra bucks. Like if you here's something that you could do too. If you have access to internet, and if you don't have access to internet, go to the library, because they do. You can get on the internet. Look on Craigslist and look for anybody that's really local that's saying, like, go look under free stuff, like free TVs, free this, free. If you come get it, you can have it. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of walking. It's gonna be heavy, but I would walk 3 miles to get a television, and then walk 3 miles back to turn into the pawn shop for 20 bucks, and then go and get a couple of things that I need, like food and water, and then go find a spot and chill out and have a full stomach at the end of the night. And I worked for that money. I worked throughout the day. It's not easy, and so many people fail at this because they'll go out, or they'll end up on the street, and they don't want to work throughout the day. They rather panhandle. I never would panhandle. I never panhandled. Only something close. One time I did ask somebody in a parking lot if they had an extra $1 so I could get something to drink, and I think the temperature was like 101 degrees outside that day, and I was just standing in the sun. I had on nothing but a t-shirt, and it was this old black lady, and she asked me, "Why do you need $1?" I said, "To get something to drink. It's really hot." And she said, "Are you living on the street?" I said, "Yes, I am." And she gave me a $20 bill. Not saying that it's going to happen to you. I had a buddy that stayed with me all the time. We did the buddy system, which there's a lot of people that live on the streets that'll tell you not to do that, but there's a reason. And then there's a lot of people that'll tell you that is the best way, and there's a reason. And I'll break that down in another video called the buddy system. But really, that's what I wanted to break down in this video. Just a couple of ideas how to get things. Those are the 4 main things you need. And some more videos to come up. We will go over things like how to entertain yourself, maybe some more job ideas, how to keep yourself busy and motivated to do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to stay in that lifestyle, then you're going to have to perfect things. You're going to have to run a couple of scams. You're going to have to do something to make money and live out a good life and find a good spot to chill out at and sleep. If you're trying to get out of that situation, I think I'll be able to help you a little bit more, because I did climb out. I was put in that situation not by choice, but I climbed out of that situation. I'm not all the way out yet, just to be honest. I'm just because I'm making this video. Yeah, I'm in a house now. I have a job now, and I do have a kid now, and that was the big thing that got me. I need to do something, so that's why I'm in a house with a job. But yeah, I'm not all the way out yet, and I could fall right back into the streets at any time. That's why I have a bag. That's why I make these videos for people. I really want to give back, and yeah, just so stay tuned for some more videos.